Okay, so here we go, guys. Are you ready for this? First of all, if you don't know who I am, my name is Kenny Stahl. I hope that you're doing well right now. I hope if you're struggling with depression that you are working on recovering and everything is going to get better for you. That's what I would like to talk about in this video, is depression. But what I would like to really do is I would like to consider the possibility that maybe being depressed is not such a bad thing, that maybe having depression, going through the experience of being depressed, can actually be good for you. You know, maybe it'll make you a stronger person. Maybe by going through depression, you're gonna learn what actually makes you happy. Maybe you'll find some sort of meaningfulness in your life. Maybe you'll develop a better compassion for other people. Maybe it'll push you to trying to help other people get better. We look at depression as this really, really bad thing in our life. And I just want to talk about this because, you know, there is hope for you if you're depressed. You know, I think that it's possible. It's very, very possible that depression can be actually lived in, endured in your life. You can go through the experience of depression in small doses. I think about it as being comparable to drinking alcohol. You know, at what point does just drinking alcohol and being an alcoholic, where's that line? Like, where do you draw the line between I have a problem and it's okay? Because you would say that it's fine to just drink every now and then. It's okay to drink alcohol in small doses. It's just if you do it every day, if it interferes with your life, it's not good. It's a bad thing. So with depression, what I found in my life is that depression at one point in my life, it did in fact interfere with my life. It made my life worse. It affected the relationships I had with people. It prevented me from doing my job. I ended up losing my job. I ended up dropping out of college because I wouldn't have the energy, the motivation, or the willingness to go to class and do my work. I just felt dead. Like, depression made me dead. I didn't find things enjoyable. I didn't find anything working out for me. So it affected my life in a very negative way. And in some cases for you in your life, you have to ask yourself, does having depression in my life, is it going to cause damage to the quality of my life that is irreversible? For me, I would say I experienced a slight amount of damage to my life. The effects of having depression and the way that I went about handling it, I didn't get help right away. I didn't think there was a problem, but there was a problem, and it was too late. Before I realized it, things already got worse for me. Okay, so the truth in the matter is that I've never had like a severe depression where I wanted to kill myself. I never had a severe depression where it got extremely bad, but it was definitely getting worse and worse. So another thing to bring up right now is the idea of being proactive and preventing things from getting worse, preventing things from being terrible. So there's something about depression, which is, you know, like I talked about, like, when do you know you have a problem? Where's the line? Where do you draw it at? We also, whenever you talk about depression, depression is a mental health disorder. It's a psychological condition, which is by definition meaning that you need to seek treatment. If you see any of the symptoms of having depression, you are told to immediately go to a doctor, call up, a hotline if you're suicidal. If you have depression, you need to go on medication. That's what they say. Is you need to go to therapy, set up appointments with like a therapist, psychologist, or whatever. So you're told to go get help because it's a medical problem. But the thing about depression is that, back to the whole thing, when, like alcohol, when is it a problem? Is it possible that you're actually just depressed at points in your life, but you don't actually need to go get help? Like, when do you need to get help? And when can you just say, oh, this problem that I have, which might be depression, maybe it's not depression, I can actually prevent things from getting worse by just simply exercising more, by talking to friends about what's happening, what I'm feeling, calling up, someone. They always say talking to people helps, don't hold all your feelings inside, right? So maybe by doing that, exercising, going outside, getting some sunlight, changing your diet, getting more sleep, maybe all those little things that you can do, which people actually recommend when you go to therapy, but that's beside the point. Maybe by doing those things before things get worse, maybe that's how you prevent things from slipping down into a bad place where you're actually depressed. But we talk about depression in a way which we don't distinguish between the degrees, the level of severity between really bad depression where you're wanting to kill yourself, and depression which is just this little thing which is just bothering you in your life and is making life less enjoyable. My idea, why I'm talking about this right now, is saying that maybe that little bit of depression, that small dosage of depression, is what's going to actually make you a stronger person in the long run, right? In the grand scheme of your life, maybe having a period of time where you're depressed actually gives you a clearer picture of what life is all about, of what's going to make you happy. Maybe having that bit of depression is the struggle which is going to make you stronger, right? Like in any situation, going through stressful things that you don't want to do, you have to do them. You have to put in the work to get to where you want to be. Like if you go and exercise to build muscle, lifting weights, right? Doing that is hard. It sucks. You don't like to do it. It's stressful on your body. But by doing it, it makes you stronger. Same thing if you want to get smarter, if you want to learn stuff, going to school, writing all those essays, doing all that homework. It's hard work. But by doing the exercises, it builds your mind up, learning stuff. It helps you, and it makes you a better person. It makes you stronger. So you become a better person, healthier person, by putting yourself through stress, boring stuff, things that require work. Maybe what's going to require you to be happy, what's going to allow you to feel like you're living a meaningful life, what's going to help you, have a lot of hope and joy for yourself, is actually to go through the stress and the terribleness of depression, because that'll give you the clearer insight. So what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that it's a good thing to be depressed. It's of course a terrible thing to have to experience depression. But in talking about the bigger picture, maybe, again, it's just like a seasonal thing. And it's a temporary thing that'll pass. And when you get through the experience, the bad low point of your life, when you recover, after you've gone and gotten treatment, after you've gone on medication, after you've cleared your mind, gotten to a healthy state of mind, maybe once that you reach that point, you can look back at what you've gone through and say, I learned a lot from this. And a lot of things that I'm talking about, a lot of the things that I'm making, can be summed up in a different way, which is basically saying, hey, sometimes you learn from your mistakes. Sometimes you have to learn your lessons in life by struggling. And maybe depression is one of those things. Maybe not. Maybe we need to take it seriously. I'm just, obviously you need to be concerned, right? If there's anything that you need to take away from this video, if you think that it's a good thing to be depressed, I really just hope that you understand what my actual argument is. I'm not saying let's all try to be depressed. You never want it. You never want to be put in the situation where you have to suffer. But my point is that maybe in the long run, it's going to build you up. And again, back to the alcohol thing. You have to do everything in the right amount, the right moderation, the right level. If you just drink yourself every single day to death, you're going to do damage, right? So if you're depressed for a long period of time without being proactive, without trying to prevent things from getting worse, it will do its damage. Don't get me wrong, that's not good. But how much pain, how much of getting hurt is going to make you stronger? And that's the question I have to ask. It's a big question. I'm not trying to say much in this video, but, sometimes people have different perceptions of what's good and what's bad, right? The health of your brain, the health of your mind, the health of the way that you view your life, the way you perceive your life, it's going to be different for all of us. So I just want you to consider what your situation is and whether or not you need to get more help, or whether or not, you're going to be okay. I hope you know that if you do everything you can to make your life better, that you will be okay. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I hope I had made myself clear in this video. Again, alright, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Kenny Stahl. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Share the video if you want other people to hear this message and know who I am. You know, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up. That's it. Alright, leave your comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys.